For me to get to work. Last night's dreams and this morning's briefing on the state of the union of the planet Earth. Okay. That display that one man showed with the kids playing karate with the robots. Okay. Now, technology can be manipulated and controlled by one individual worldwide. Okay. You put all your world defense into drones and robotics, and one person can take control of the manipulation of all that technology. And one person, one single solitary person, can manipulate the masses with their ego. Okay. And that's the new world order, right? That's order to the world. That brings order to all the chaos. That brings Ultron to all the Justice League and the Avengers, right? Stops all the aggressive violence. Everybody has to do as they're told. Everybody's protected by their great father, all right? Great father. Okay, let's discuss humble fathers that teach us the value of the virtue of faith and the glory of greatness. There was a king of Israel, the one that they pray to in that prayer, and that guy talked about, Bobby Schuller. The most important prayer that most Orthodox Hebrews say, our Lord God, right? You meant for me to lie beside still waters and green pastures. You know exactly what I need before I need it. Everything I need for the life of sacrifice to worship you through loving my women and children and teaching them to worship you, you have given me. I should do everything in my ability to honor the power and the glory of your gift and protect it with my faith. There is no greater application of physics to honor the gift of life than that. How does threats of violence from non-compliance to philanthropy, which is idolatry, fit into that wisdom? It doesn't, right? So in Psalms, it doesn't say anything about the Father threatening to mass murder everyone that doesn't accept his dominance as the power and the glory in the Lord, right? So even if you take it as first person or possessive pronoun, you're still doing it wrong, right? You're still not worthy of protecting the children from that which would destroy it all on a whim, right? So there's only one man that I have access to or know of that is worthy of that shepherdship, that responsibility, and that's me, right? It's none of you robot and drone builders. It's none of you digital printer, concrete bunker, build the landing pad on the moon so we can do Ad Astra movie projections of, it's none of you assholes, right? It's none of you propaganda tool bags that come to Las Cruces and do stories about a drug mule who's really cool because he used to be a vet and he'll kill all those thug bang-gangers because, he's going to his ex-wife's funeral who died of cancer, and everybody in our family's dying of cancer. Yeah, this is Las Cruces and El Paso, military control zones. Lots of people do big fat cancer clusters all around here, right? So we can all write, and then they tell you how excited they are to build a cancer hospital in El Paso so you guys don't have to keep driving all the way to Dallas and Phoenix to stimulate the local economies. You wouldn't know a pervert if they got up and told you what to do every day over breakfast through your favorite TV show that tells you where to shop, how to shop, where to get the best discounts, where to use the right coupons to get the right this, where to get the discounts on gas, where to get the discounts on this, where to get the, how you can enjoy your favorite places and get them a lot cheaper than all the rest of the mooks around here that pay $8 for a sandwich when you play $4, right? It's horrible. Well, you got to support your local economy and your local businesses. No, you have to stand up for Psalms, Proverbs, and the way to do that, Lord's Prayer. Stand up for the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. He's the only one that's worthy of your praise, right? And, and I was sitting there and I watched a video. They had the other thing, because it had this spectacular wave, and I go watch it and I go, what happened to this aircraft carrier? No, it's a long, boring video of how they have to turn it real fast on an exercise. You hit the decks are running and we turn those guns around. We found that German battleship and then we cut her down. Did they tell you the backstory to that? The genocide operations? The poor sacrificing their lives so the rich could stay in economic power? The Jews being blamed for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ solely by the wealthy that gave them the rules and the laws written down by man to murder Jesus for not obeying those laws and rules written down by man, because they're not laws. They're not what's required to give us what's necessary to love our families in peace. Clean, still waters, good crops, good shelter, honoring the lives of our neighbors and sharing that faith together. Where does NATO and the Joint Chiefs of Staff honor any of those high standards? Remember when Mike told me in Sarah Vista, those vows you take for the military are even more, encompassing and whatever stuff than our wedding vows. And that's just bullshit. It's bullshit. You're living forever by having sexual reproduction with this woman. The military is telling you to kill and destroy to stop us from living forever by having holy sexual covenants with that woman. Okay? Hear me, O Israel. Your Lord speaks. And when your Lord speaks, all of China listens and knows. All of India listens and knows. There will not be more robots than cars in India. Okay? There will be no more worship of animals to kill the poor with ignorance and abusive tribal traditions. You will stop using the tradition of genocide to indoctrinate my people and mass murder them. You will have faith and jump away from the ancestors that want to oppress you through their mythology. If you can't do that, you'll be a vegan or a vegetarian, but at least your next door neighbors won't be starving with the cow shitting on the floor while the kid plays in the feces. Hear me, O India. Your faithful eternal Father speaks through me, not through the liar who wants more robots than cars to kill you, because he's getting less efficient at killing you with getting your families not to eat the cow. Radical, it's not radical Islam, that idiot running for Congress on the, that's not radical Islam. There's no such thing as radical Islam. Islam has lived the peace of Jesus Christ, if you understand what the word Islam means. When you make a computer that judges you by the content of your character through your linguistics and the actions that will follow your linguistics, do you understand that you're just being used to decrease the surplus population when they hit the decks are running? When we turn those guns around, we hit the decks are running, and we spun those guns around. We found that German battleship, and then we cut her down. How many fathers and sons have to be murdered to maintain your bank account? How many women in Germany has to be prostituted to pay your bills because you want to build the Colosseum for the Olympics? And you need the money. Share, care, give, and accordance need to build to last. If you need something, all the people that will get together and the people with the resources and the know-how will build it because it needs to be done. And the one thing that we need to build is houses to last. And if your digital printer builds bunkers for murderers and doesn't build houses to last for families, if all you're doing is putting homeless veterans into bunkers where they feel like they're as safe as the other murderers that have propaganda movies to wag it in my face, in the Mesilla Valley, you got another thing coming. Your pastor is a paid propaganda artiste and not like Samuel and Daniel. He's like Saul and his little, and Caiaphas and his little, Jesus, your rabble, take you and your rabble. Me and my rabble, me and all the people dying of cancer and their credit being compromised when they go to the store because they're encouraged to do it by the program to go there and you'll get this. And then if you take your kids and do that, and then they know that, and then the people sit there and they use their cards to compromise their credit scores. A lot of them have money on their cards. A lot of them have boyfriends that have lots of money on their cards because they work for the cartel industry here in town. They're just robbing from the rich and giving to the poor. That's how Las Cruces works. It's a network. I was born and raised here. And my job as a kid, when I used to have to go to the store and walk around with my mom and get mean mugged by some little pendejo, and because he's walking with his girlfriend, and they mean mug me. I'm like, I'm walking with my mother here, for crying out loud. But when I look back at it, and I understand, if I was your girl, I would be looking at that man walking with a young man who looks like a Mexican with his redheaded mom saying, why can't you be him? Okay, everybody knew it. Freddie LaFall at the basketball game, the KKK at Cruces High all by myself. Really, yeah. So I understood it now, the way those Mexican guys would mean mug me when their girlfriends would be with me. I didn't think, okay, well, their girlfriend ain't checking me out. Their girlfriend's with their boyfriend. Earl, what? You stood up to Freddie LaFall with Stacy Gardner at the basketball game and said, come on, Freddie, and then went through it and broke it down to him and told him what was up. All the black guys that were sleeping with all the black girls had to act like total bitches at Mayfield High School to try to keep the girls from dating you. Even the dads got in on the action. Then when you went to Cruces High, the KKK and their teacher and the sheriff's deputy department attacked you for betraying your race, and you ripped them a new one and took them back. And the only people that were looking out for you were the Morgan family and the Fielders. Okay. For every Benny, there's a Daryl. Yeah. For all the black girls are meant for us to fuck, there's one that, hey, that's our brother and he cares about us. And if our dad's in prison, he gives us all his comic books that his dad bought him, because he tells you, Mom, I got my dad. Daryl and Leeboy don't got their dad. I can give them something to help them, bide their time and wait for their dad to get out and be around them. Like what happened with Carl Cunningham stuff too. It's empathy. It's called empathy. The people in the Joint Chiefs of Staffs in NATO and all the assholes on the other side, they have no idea what empathy and respect is. Okay. They're not a man like me. Okay. They become trained dogs by their dog trainers. The wealthy and their dogs. They're acting like dogs, Parsons. Does that make you a dog? Teach them to be men. Okay. And so that's what I do. Like, Mark told me in Sierra Vista, all these kids, all they want to do is just have sex with Natalie, get her alone and have sex with her, because they can, because their dad works at the fort and they're trying to get me to go off. You wanted to have sex with her, like those movies about the Mardi Gras thing and that you guys showed me in Peru. It's like, no, if I wanted to, I would have. I had the conditions arranged numerous times by military intel. And it was wrong, because I loved her mom, I love her mom, and I love her, and I love her sisters, okay? And if you partake of that, everybody has to feel it. Her brother, her sisters, grandmother, great-grandmother, uncles. Where does he wager? Where does he get this? And that's what the military tried to set up for me. King David's Israel. Stuff before the first century, when people had to be tribal, secular, and insular. Lot. They tried to set up Lot for me. And I'm like, but this is the 21st century. I should be able to. I like the Teldrick Morgan kid. I like the, Matt Christian's cute too. I think he's cute too. But will Teldrick Morgan and Matt Christian stand up side by side with you to live the Lord's Prayer and to save us from all being raped by Goliath, who are now 70-year-old rocket scientists that are 5'4"? Shit. Okay. So how do you defeat this enemy? Easy. Don't become them. Okay. I wish for people to accept and live the Lord's Prayer worldwide and enjoy the benefits of that faithful love. That's my wish for everyone. Even Vladimir Putin. Okay. And Donald Trump and Barack Obama and the Bushes. George Herbert Walker Bush's family. I have an affection for the boy that was president that got manipulated by Dick Cheney and all of his dad's business partners. He has a little bit of he's got Laura, and he has a little bit of Ulysses S. Grant in the kid. Okay. I'm hard on him. He knows. Just ask Lopez and Obama. He's hard on the people he expects the most out of. If he doesn't talk about you much, he don't expect much out of you. He'll talk to you, and then if he doesn't get a reply and you keep being snarky, he's just gonna, you keep talking, he keep being quiet. He might be holding something aside that'll really, really hurt you one day. Boom, 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 boom. The sweetest man in the world can become the meanest man in the world if you make him that way. Nah, I'm not at all. I'm the sweetest man in the world, no matter what you do. I'm not gonna cut you from dead. Torture is useless. Torture is completely meaningless. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. If you use torture to manipulate people to your ends, all they become is your evil dog, your Frankenstein. All right? It's completely useless. There's absolutely no intrinsic value and no use at all. Okay? They perceive it as, it's not negative. Negative reinforcement works instantaneously, like me hitting Patrick in the butt when he's running in the parking lot and say, you'd rather have Dad hit you in the butt than one of these big, dumb Book of Daniel killing machines running over and Dad taking their tire iron and putting it through their head because he's lost his mind, period. I went and, did Book of Leviticus, lost his mind, what the fuck? And I got corrected on that too with the little girl that hit us when I brought the new truck from the ABC, that John McCain's people wouldn't help with them, lying on people's credit. Yeah. I went to ABC Nissan. They lied on my credit report score to put me in this vehicle. I called McCain's office the next day and said he gave them the wrong numbers. The kid from Brazil, we'd sit and talk soccer and have a good time, and they gave him the wrong numbers. He said, we're going to say you pay this much for rent. So the thing will pass. If they said how much I paid for rent, they wouldn't have approved the loan. And they would have gave me back the keys to the old truck that Patrick liked so much, and we wouldn't have bought a new truck. We'd still had the old one. So I told McCain's office about it. They didn't do a damn thing. They did not do a damn thing. Same thing they did when I got home and told them what happened with the MEPS in Albuquerque stealing my profit sharing for Southwest Airlines. They did not do a goddamn thing. Okay? That maverick, he didn't do his job at all. They didn't follow up. They didn't do a damn thing. The little girl, when I told her about what happened at the MEPS, she goes, no, they can't take money from the MEPS to pay your student loans. That's illegal. That's against the law. That's a federal offense, right? Why do you think I don't get people coming after me for, my student loan money? They come after my son, and he doesn't talk to me anymore. And my future daughter-in-law treats me like I'm a criminal, a con artist and a criminal. Yeah. It pisses me off. Yeah, but everybody treats me like that. Noah treats me like that. Natalie treats me like that. Emily treats me like that. Kate treats me like that. My whole family treats me like he's mentally and emotionally unstable. He's a sociopath. He has schizophrenia. He talks to people that aren't there, that are more intelligent than any people that you talk to that you think are there. Okay, if they're told what to do by the TV and the Wi-Fi when they sleep, are they really there? Are you really talking to them? Or are you talking to the asshole at White Sands who's a rocket scientist who's talking your daughter into masturbating with the kid on Messenger with a hot British accent? And then everybody's making sure that nobody, except for Mark Zuckerberg and his friends, get to see it. Epstein, 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 right? You guys want to know the truth about the Epstein files? I've been telling you the truth about the Epstein files since June 2009. It's wrong to believe that it's wrong to reward people that do bad and punish people that do good, right? So, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this. I was born the line of King David. In the book of Revelation, the story of my life was written down before I was even physically born. Okay, all you Star Trekkers with Joan Collins and, story of my life. And people like George Herbert Walker Bush and Donald Trump and even Barack Obama wish that the stories were more about them than me. That Barack Obama in Revelation, he's the one who rules with an iron rod. They speak into microphones and it tells everybody what to do. There's an iron rod right there and going towards his mouth. And he speaks into this iron rod and everybody does what he says. Your name is John. You're in a cave in North Africa. You're talking to a guy who's cruising in Phoenix and the night is out and you're looking up at the sky and wait a minute, look again. There are absolutely no stars. Where's the moon? It's not out tonight. And there's no stars either. But the skies don't look cloudy. Everything's like a haze. But yeah, it's called light pollution and carbon emission poisoning. It's called Phoenix. It's a killing field. It's a mass murder, genocide killing field, far worse than Rome ever was back in its day, during the time of Nero. Okay, John is writing. When's this all going to stop? During Earl's lifetime. He's the 13th, 22nd Redeemer of Islamic prophecy. He's the man from the book of Revelation, the one they call Lord, the son of Ralph and Mary, the second coming of Ralph. It's not my fault that your scientists and your top theologians and your theoretical physicists get everything wrong because they're egomaniacs. That's not my issue. My issue is I'm the way, the truth, and life. Life is eternal, grace is infinite, none unto the faith of eternal, faithful Father except through me. Yeah, it's there. Yes, I was one. There ain't no hiding place from the truth of creation and the Father of faith. Right? Justification through faith. Oh, Lutherans might be getting it. I don't think Luther got it. I think he was trying to get it, but he didn't get it right, obviously. He kissed ass to the nobles, told them where they were enlightened despots, and then screwed their nuns. So, yeah, he was a lot like Friedrich Nietzsche. Okay, go read Nietzsche, go read Luther. It's the same cultural reaction given the cultural dynamic of accepted genocidal operations through violent sexual tribalism. It happened today. I like Jimmy Beaumont and the Skyliners too. Okay, James, happened today. You haven't heard that one. It's one of his more crooner tones. He's not doing the F sharp thing in it, but it's good. Yeah. I don't want to go through the boxes and dig through the crates. So I may have it on the computer. I think I downloaded all the Skyliners on there, like I did Zeppelin and Candlebox and what's the name of the other group that I gave away the CD? Zeppelin, Candlebox, and I don't know. There's more, but it's not found in any store. Public domain. Don't ask for rape little girl to death money. Sometimes they rape little boys to death, and they like sodomizing. It makes them feel powerful. Human trafficking money. Don't ask for human trafficking money to ignore the Messiah to live here. That's a bad idea. And I wouldn't use it as one of my ideas to make myself feel like I'm successful and famous and everybody's going to remember my name. Yeah, they'll remember that the Messiah knew who you were and believed you could stand up for the Lord's Prayer with him, and you didn't because you were afraid of physically being murdered by perverts that tortured him and his family and kept torturing. I don't know if I'll need stem cell research once I'm living by the ocean and recovering from detox poisoning, and it's there's hardly any harmful toxins through aggressive, violent, genocidal behaviors worldwide. We'll find out. We'll cross that bridge if I need stem cell therapies to recover, from the nerve damage on the melanoma on the leg and the NASH thing on the liver. We'll find out. Let's see how Squirt does on his own. Cuckoo, Kachoo, Crush. Let's see how I do. Let's give my body a chance to recover with my mind and and freedom. My sleeping. Without having irrational. We're gonna still have economics and toll bridges and toll this even long after you're dead. And yeah, I know. With John McCain and the Pussycats. Yeah. Okay, MEPS. Take all my profit sharing for Southwest Airlines they know how to make your life miserable and keep you in financial difficulties by screwing you and manipulating all the people in your life and causing issues through women pinging and, Oh, it was horrible. Barbara Rose Fabre and Kaylin Gilliard are military wives. They know how to get things done. Ping, 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 ping. Hit the decks are running, and we turned the guns around. We bound that German battleship, and then we cut her down and killed all those family members of all those people over there, so they could hate you for generations. Yeah. That's pretty sick. That's okay. So I'm the man. So step up and respect, because I'm correcting your technology right now. And if you don't think so, it's not happening, sweetheart.